Hello Battlefielders, my name is Pone and it's time to talk about Crosshair. Now Crosshair is definitely my new favorite game type. I love rescue a lot, do not get me wrong, especially on a public level. Crosshair requires a bit more communication, therefore it may lead to more frustrating situations if your team is not communicating, because it's important because it's an escort type game type. What you need to do is escort the VIP, the very itchy pickle, across certain areas, try to get into a foundation, try to breach a compound, and get him to safety. He is... he's a snitch. He's a CI. His job, he's flipping on someone, he's rolling over on somebody, he's a bad guy, and the criminals want to shut him down because he has information, and nobody likes a snitch. So your job is to protect this said snitch and get him to the either A or B objective in a very, very fashionable, sneaky method. So why this is complicated is not only is this a one life to live situation, is the moment the VIP dies, it's over. The round is dead. So if he rushes straight down the middle of the street, dies all by himself, that's the end of the round. Your whole team suffers for that. So that's why I said this game type may be a little bit more frustrating for the average casual player, because if people are not communicating, they're not using mic saying, hey, I'm going to make this rush towards B, or hey, I'm going to take it slow to A, there's a guy right there. If people aren't communicating, this could be a very challenging game type because its sole purpose is to communicate and get one guy across the map. And to do so, to succeed, you need to either get him to those objectives or kill all 5 of the enemy players. So with those being the primary objectives that you have to accomplish, you can play this so many different ways. That's the competitive edge and nature to this game. You can either make the escort VIP sit back and just let your 4 guys push up, maybe even use them as a distraction. Send 4 guys, such a heavy presence, rushing, killing like the whole left side of the map, and then send sneaky little backdoor VIP to the right side and get in there and capture that objective. There's so many ways to do this, so many strategies and methods you can use for this thing. It's incredible. Now, as the VIP, you are definitely going to have to play smart. I would really honestly recommend to never even try to be the VIP unless you have a microphone so that you can communicate and explain things properly. But as being the VIP, your goal is to get to that extraction successfully. Your job is not to kill, but if the opportunity presents itself, this handy dandy golden gun in my hands, my sweaty palms, is in fact the bald eagle, aka the beagle, just like the ones you can adopt at the store but less fleas. I like this gun personally because it hits hard. May not be the most accurate thing in the world, may have a lot of recoil, but this thing is like a 2-shot to kill in a reasonable distance, and I believe it's a 1-shot to the head. I'm not certain, don't quote me on it, but this thing is a strong weapon, and you can do crazy work with it. Watch this clutch right here, actually, this situation where it is me versus 5 other people, and it's just such a pain. It's a tank. And I do believe if you are capable of killing a person, just a little tip for you, I believe you could pick up their weapons. Another cool benefit of being the VIP is there are random weapon caches located across the map. You're going to notice them by just having like a white weapon icon with a little underscore underneath it, and you can go ahead and open those up. Could be like an RPG, could be an MG36, could be different power weapons for your team to use. And that is an asset, but again, you have to get to those, and there's almost always at least one, usually the MG36, that is relatively close to spawn, and you could do some pretty significant work with it. So again, play stealthy, get aggressive, rush through things. You got to be smart with this gun, and I do believe he can, in fact, pick up weapons. So if you can, fortunately, kill a guy and maybe pick up his weapon, you can start using that one. But personally, I really like this gun. It's a 2-shot to kill. It's a heavy-hitting weapon. You've got a lot of protection with this thing, and right there is exactly what you're talking about. Okay, apparently it wasn't an underscore. It was an overscore. I guess the little white line above the weapon. But you can see I pulled out an RPG because we're not going to go quietly. So I'm going to sneak around the back area of this path, killed 3 dudes in a 1v5 situation to clutch out the objective at the very last minute. High five, guys. That was a pretty sweet clutch right there. Now, again, another final tip as the VIP, as you are playing on that side, is I believe the police can, in fact, roll people over, and it's another thing that you're going to have to teach yourself. If you can, in fact, get your hands on the enemy, you can interrogate them and find the locations of the other enemies out there, and that proves to be essential in a game type like this, where if you know where they are, you could just go ahead and rush the other way or make them scurry about because they know that you know where they are. Lots of things get thrown in the mix. Now, as a defender, as the criminal trying to kill the popo, the VIP is the prize, the only target that you really need to focus on. So if ever you see a VIP in a pile of 3 dudes, that's the one you focus on. It's the one that ends the game, and it's an important thing that you have to teach yourself. Other tips that I can give you as the defender, you want to go ahead and make sure you pay attention. As you can see that little crosshair symbol on the left side of my screen, and you can see it on the map in the bottom left, you could see the VIP was in fact targeted and my teammate's going to focus on it. Another final tip that I'm going to leave you guys with is the fact that you want to pay attention to the top right of your screen and watch the kill feed. It is your new best friend. If you see somebody getting killed by the bald eagle, immediately look at the name of your teammate that was down, find him on the map around you located, and that gives away the VIP's position. He killed a guy that was right there. So it is important that you teach yourself to do that too. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to smash the like button as it always helps out the series. Subscribe for future Hardline videos, and I will catch you with another Battlefield video soon, guys. Stay moist, ladies and gentlemen.